it's week 6, and the Butler Grizzlies at home against McDougle Tech, a non-conference matchup with the Bison. We visit every week, as we do, with Coach Brice Vignery. And Coach, before we talk about this week's game, want to begin by talking about the rankings that came out on Monday. The latest rankings, National Office, you guys go from 9 to 10 in the national rankings. Were you surprised at all by that?
Kind of and kind of not. This year they've got kind of a weighted poll system where the weight of your games of who you play and how you play them kind of comes into a factor, which I think has really held us up where we're at right now, being that, we've lost two top 10 games by a combined 9 points. So I don't really look too much into that, and I was told where we're at. But, it's a really good spot for us to be right now with the stretch of games we got coming up and who we still have left to play. So I like where we're at.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because it has been a different system over the previous years as Butler has come to learn. The fact you guys lost to number 6, Snow, by 1 point overtime and only 1 touchdown, 8 points to the number 2 team in the nation, Hutchinson. So I think they got it right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that with what we're doing now in the polling system, seeing, you got number 2 playing number 9. That's a big time matchup, and it was a good game. And I think it shows with how they're ranking teams and how the teams are going. You look at how teams are ranked. There's some 2-loss teams in the top 10 just because who they played and how they played those teams.
Well, exactly my next point. 3 of the top 15 teams, other than you, lost last week. So that, to me, speaks about parity in junior college football, and also the opportunity for you guys to still move up to possibly the Final Four.
Yeah, and that's our number one goal has been to win our conference, and that's still on the table. There's some things that have to happen, but as you look at it on a national level, if we just keep getting better and winning games on Saturday, I think we can put ourselves in position to do that, but that's a long ways away, and if we're worried about that right now, then our compass isn't in the right spot. But being where we're at, number 10 right now, and the teams that I know we still have left to play, we got 2 top 10 teams and a top 15 team in the next 3 weeks, so we go out and handle business. I like where we're going to be.
The Grizzlies at home on a Saturday morning, taking on McDougle Tech from Boca Raton, Florida. We're visiting with Brice Vignery, head coach of the Grizzlies, and ask you about your special weapon. Last Saturday night at Hutch, 4 field goals. Carson Hart, one of them 46 yards, another one 40, 32, and 22. What a weapon.
Yeah, since the Indy game, he's really got a lot of confidence, and even the one that he missed, his foot kind of slipped a little bit, had enough distance, just kind of pulled it to the right a little bit, but he's really becoming quite a weapon, and it's really starting to show that if we can just get points every game, he can stay in a lot of games, and obviously you want to get touchdowns here and there, but we tell our kids as long as every drive ends in a kick, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point, usually we're in a good spot. So really proud of how he's progressing and getting a lot of confidence, because that's going to be a weapon for us as we get down the stretch here.
So this morning, you've got McDougle Tech coming in. We don't know a whole lot about them. This is only the second year they had their program in operation, but I know that their quarterback's a Division I transfer from Tennessee Martin, and also a guy that scored a 90-yard touchdown kick return last year. Sincere Gill is back with them.
Yeah, they're going to be really talented. What they do, they're a tempo spread offense, so really trying to contain that quarterback will be a big thing for us. And then, on defense, they're going to kind of bring some pressure on some certain down and distances. So we got to be able to execute our tempo plays to what we want to do, and really just stay on schedule and not put ourselves behind the chains and play disciplined football.
So I looked it up. They are 1,537 miles from El Dorado. They're in Boca Raton, Florida, and I understand they're coming by bus. That would be 23 and a half hours. How about that road trip?
Yeah, that's quite a road trip. I think the longest road trip I've ever been on a bus was to Blinn, Texas. And I think that was only about 9 or 10 hours. So they do have quite a haul to get up here, and we're going to have an early kickoff. So it'll kind of be different for both sides. We haven't played an 11 o'clock game in my history here, so getting our kids up, getting them woke up, and getting them ready to go early will be key to this game.
I was going to say that, Coach. A lot of fans are not familiar with what all goes into a road trip or a game, and all the pregame stuff that you guys do. On the road, you guys get them up early. They have breakfast. They sit around for a while. You get to the stadium, have a couple hours to get ready. But 11 o'clock kickoff, how do you feel about that?
When I was a player, I loved it because you got to get up, you eat breakfast, you go to the stadium, you play the game. There's really no downtime to sit there and think about all the possibilities. You wake up and you get the game over with and you get it started. And I think sometimes that's good because you get to think a little bit less and not overthink certain things. But I think our kids will like it a lot. I know us coaches, there's a lot that goes into especially a night game. I love night games, but just mixing it up, I think will be good.
Finally, I want to ask a non-football related question. Last week, I had an opportunity to speak to some of the major donors to Butler Community College athletics and the academic side. There were a lot of athletes there for that dinner, and tell us about that.
It was a great event. I was very fortunate to be asked to speak at that. And, as I got there and I got around, there's a lot of people that I know. And it's just very important that they know how important they are to not only, the school success, but these kids' success, and seeing them and the kids have dinner together and mingle and talk, and they get to kind of understand where the kid comes from. It was a great event. It was great to see. We had a number of our kids there and a lot of other sports and a lot of other activity kids there. But again, this community is so great to this school and to this athletic department and everything to allow us to do what we do. So it was a really fun night.
Well said, Coach, and we appreciate the visit. We'll look forward to talking to you after the game.
Thank you so much.
Brice Vignery, head coach of the Butler Grizzlies. We're back with more of the pregame show bright and early this morning from Beachy Products Veteran Sports Complex right after this.